Welcome back to 3J Sports. This episode is brought to you by Galveston Pepper Company. As always, beside me, John, Jeremy. How you feeling?
Good.
What up?
Could be better.
Yeah, could be a little bit
New
better.
week's coming up.
That's right. We got the Colts, but we'll get into that a little bit. But dadgummit, the Packers got the best of us at the end, getting that field goal. I'm sure that was on the verge of a heart attack for all those fans. Anything I want to say before we jump straight into the gradings?
Yeah, I did have a heart attack. It's actually my spirit that's here, but it's not a big deal. Nobody freak out.
Nobody freaking out. John, I like the U of H hat, bro.
Appreciate you. Courtesy of Jeremy.
Courtesy of Jay. Well, yeah, man. Unfortunately, it was a loss. CJ had statistically his worst game to date, if I'm not mistaken.
Probably ever in his life.
Yeah, possibly. I'm sure he's getting. You could tell he wasn't feeling too hot in the post game interviews and stuff. But yeah, I'm just gonna have to go ahead and start that grade with Stroud. Just not doing well. I don't want to give him too bad of a grade because his line was. They just were having trouble with that blitz. But I'll just give him a C- because we could see where a lot of the effects of the game were coming towards them. Getting sacked 4 times, but Jeremy, what you thinking, brother?
Yeah, I mean, rough game. Probably. I'm sure even when he was in a Snoop's, Little League team, he probably did better than that. But yeah, I mean, you can't throw if you have 1 second. So yeah, I mean, obviously, bad game, but that line, something has to happen. I know we'll get more in the line in a little bit with the grades with them, but he had no time. They were showing all the replays, and they just were not picking up blitz pickups at all. There was times where 2 of them, and one of them they were just totally let them in, and they weren't doing crazy. Those corner blitz were kind of crazy, but besides that, they were just coming straight through with the linebackers. So yeah, I mean, I'll give them a D- for effort, but it's not much you can do. But at the same time, I mean, 86 yards is 86 yards.
It's rough. I was being really generous saying C-. I hate even grading them that bad because we could see where all the stuff. I mean, he just didn't have much time, which I give a lot of credit to the defense for the Packers just kind of handling up. But what do you think? What are you thinking over there, John?
I'd probably say C- as well. Yeah, just, I mean, if you don't have time, you don't, it's hard to get into a rhythm and everything. He obviously didn't play his best ball game, but like you're saying, when you're under duress 1 second into the drop back, and it's hard to be successful. So he made some good throws, though. But yeah, need to be better all the way around with that. But like Jeremy said, get into it later, but it's stemming from the offensive line.
It's rough, man. It's rough seeing it, going through the film and stuff, and you see how Stroud did. And then in our defense, I mean, honestly, I think for the majority of the game, they did pretty daggum good, especially with all the guys we were down. But we'll touch on our defense in a minute. Thank goodness for Joe Mixon for
Thank you, Joe.
showing up every time he's there for the most part. 25 carries, 115, 2 touchdowns. He was doing his thing. I almost feel like their whole plan was, you know what, we're not going to worry too much about Joe. We're just going to lock up the Tank, Diggs, and lock up Stroud and see what Joe. If Joe beats us, I think that was almost their plan. But John, what do you think about Joe's performance, brother?
I'd say A. Yeah, he had some, like you said, the 2 touchdowns. He had some good runs. Big chunks of yards.
Yeah.
Really, they don't have as much of a problem blocking the run game. I mean, this game, I guess. But yeah, I'd say A. I mean, he did really well. So kept us in the game, kind of there. So.
Yep. I agree, man. I'd say an A2, 25 carries, 115, 2 TDs. I mean, goodness. He falls forward every time, man, for the most part. I mean, it really is. I just love his run style. Jeremy, you feeling the same way, brother?
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go A. Without him, I would have hated to see the score. The 2 games he's been healthy, or 3 games now, or whatever, 2 games, right? He was hurt the second game, so in his healthy games, he's beasting. I mean, in previous stuff we talked about too, he has so much more left in the tank than I thought. Cincinnati, what were you doing, man? Letting that guy go, but thank you.
I know.
He runs hard, like he's just like, I think it's almost he has a chip. Like, all right, Cincinnati, you gave up on me. That was my home. All right, let me show you. But yeah, I mean, he did good. Like John was saying, the line is crazy because it's a 180 from last year. Last year we couldn't run block, and the pass block was pretty decent, and now it's the opposite. So it's the same personnel. So I'm really not sure what's changing. I mean, Scruggs is a way better, and I guess Scruggs and Green are way better. They weren't there last year. They're way better run blockers. But, like D'Amico was saying, he's not afraid to do some changes soon. Yeah, they got to fix the holes in the past. But, yeah, I mean, Mixon, just he's doing his thing. So, thank goodness for him. I don't even want to know what it would be like without him this year. So.
Yeah, it's been nice to have him kind of as the workhorse and giving the opportunity for Stroud to. And it's like I wish we could just get the two going together right now, and it'd really open up everything. You heard Mixon in his post game. He's like, "Does it look like I'm worried?"
Right.
But I mean, us as fans are a little worried seeing the line letting Stroud get touched that much. And I mean, goodness, man. I mean, but that's the thing. I want to give the Packers some credit, where it's due, because they're. Whoever number 45 for them was, man, he was coming around and
was that
straight through the middle.
Gary, I think there was DN, like he was coming through their DN, but yeah,
he was fired up doing his thing. And I mean, we had some guys step up for our defense, and do our thing. Where is he at over here?
Our defense played good.
Yeah, Eric Wilson for them. But I don't know how you guys feel about Diggs getting into these arguments before the game, and did y'all see all that with him getting to it with him? It was almost like Diggs against the entire Packers team.
Yeah, he was over on their whole sidelines, like it was just him. And I get it, he's fiery, but I think that's a little more of a fire under them. I mean,
I don't want to give any extra motivation to guys. I'm all about,
Yeah,
let the talk be in your works on the field, And then if you want to get a little, chatter out there, go ahead and do it a little bit. But I don't like that pregame stuff. That's just me personally.
Yeah. Well, it was him and Alexander, Jair is already a really, really good corner. And I mean, I know we'll get in the receiving, but oh man, like. He did his job against
receiver stats. They look terrible, man.
Yeah, it was rough. It was rough.
I didn't even realize Tank didn't even have a catch.
No, he's not really even. I don't know if it's not part of the offense or just he's not getting open, or because he's a great route runner. But man, we miss Nico so much because there's nobody on our team is taking the top off the defense, and that's part of CJ's. Like. And I've heard some stuff they're talking about, CJ without Nico, like, oh, maybe it was CJ or it was Nico, but no, I mean, it's not that. It's just part of the game plan. So,
yeah, John, what do you feel about them receivers, brother?
Not good. I mean, but you gotta get open. I mean, I think it's a combination of, Stroud being under pressure the whole time. Maybe he's,
just a chain reaction.
I mean, if he's under duress in 1 second, they're not, even getting through their route. So, I think it's a combination. I mean, obviously Nico hurts, but I mean, he's still got, my opinion, Diggs is a top receiver in the league. So,
yeah, for sure.
I'd like to see more production out of them, but I think it's all a domino effect from the O-line just playing horrible. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a head scratcher because we're just sitting there and we see, Mixon getting through these holes, and I don't know if it's just the type of running back he is to just, hit the holes quick, know what to do with when he gets the ball. But it's just disappointing because you want to see Diggs do his thing out there, and especially Tank with no catch. I mean, that's just unacceptable. You got to get on the ball. And I mean, I know he was in there on the punt returns, which he had that one punt return. He was getting some yards. He kind of ran into Stover, but
yeah.
I don't know. You know how it is sometimes.
That was
Stover was like, I'm trying to get out the way.
That was a brick wall. Like, you got 160 going against 260. He's just like, hey, I can't. Oh, man. But, man, John, to your point.
Loss.
Yeah. That with Diggs, man, like, I want to be optimistic, and he still is a really good route runner, but, man, I'm sorry, but he's dropped off a lot, the end of last season and this year. Like, I personally don't think he's a 1 anymore. I don't.
Yeah.
I think he's a solid 2. I really do. But I think Dale's a solid 2 also. But I really do think it shows the leap Nico made at being a top 5 receiver this year, top 3 receiver. And obviously, Stroud didn't have a lot of time, but in the previous games he did. And, Diggs still hadn't had a breakout game yet. So it is what it is. Hope it gets better. I hope it gets better.
He's been finding the end zone here and there, but
just yards wise,
put up any like big numbers. He had that one game where he had a bunch of catches, but
short yards though. Short yards.
Yeah, not many yards. A lot of receptions, but
it's still early.
But I mean, it's just so daggum disappointing because you see Jordan Love come, and I mean, our defense did play pretty solid for most of the game, and you still see he did 24 for 33, 220. I mean, I'm gonna give the man his credit.
I mean, it was almost 3 picks. Bullock almost got the other one in the end zone. It went through his hands. It was like literally half an inch, before he tipped it or picked it and went straight through. I mean, Jordan Love's he's a good player. I think he leads the league in touchdown passes the past 2 years. So,
which I didn't realize how well he's just done with the Packers when I saw that stat comparing him to Favre and Aaron Rodgers. Through the so many games he's kind of just been outdoing them. So credit where credit's due. The Packers did look good. They're lucky we were down so many guys. No line. I don't know what the heck they were doing. So I definitely give the receivers. Like John said, it's tough to grade them, so tough. But, yeah, I mean, that was an F performance in my opinion. The Tank, you got to get a catch. But I understand he has to get the ball thrown to him, and CJ's got to have time. The line's got to do better. Our offense just kind of crumbled besides Joe. Yeah. It just imploded. And I think that was kind of their game plan was lock up Stephon. And then because they got 2 good DBs, man.
Oh, yeah.
They do. They got a couple of guys. One was leading the – what is it? Is it Jair Alexander? And
I can't think of the second one, but I think the safety is they have a good safety. I think one of their safeties is leading the league in interceptions too.
It's McKinney.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Jair Alexander and McKinney. Those are their 2 dogs on defensive back wise.
Yeah.
And but I mean, they handled up. Is it Dubes? I mean, he had a bunch of catches. I know he just came back for them. So I mean, they have a great team. It's not like we were going against some chumps here.
Yeah,
they had a great team, but we were down a lot of guys. But the offensive line, it's really no excuse.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, and we lost by a field goal.
2. Yeah,
so,
I mean, that's.
Like,
I don't want to.
I'm not saying there's reason to be optimistic, but there is. I mean,
yeah,
we hung in there, ended up, give it a field goal as time expired to lose the game. So it's like, in my opinion, it sucks. We need to get better. Obviously, people need to step up. But at the end of the day, it's the Packers. They're a really good team, and we lost by a field goal. So it's obviously
take some good out of it.
But I mean,
and they were at Lambeau, so they had the home field.
That ain't
on
easy
that one for sure.
Yeah. But defensively, I definitely want to highlight a couple guys. Salem Bullock. I dropped that one short. We had some people hating on us for doing it. They were like, "We're Packers fan." I said, "Well, look, even in losses, we're going to be celebrating our rookies when they do well." And Salem Bullock has really done it really well. So I'm going to give him a round of applause.
Oh yeah,
for his picks. I put that out. What did I put that song from Space Jam on his little short where he's flying in the air from Seal?
Oh, he's got hops. He's got hops for sure.
You got some hops, son.
he's the center fielder like we did, after the draft. He legit is a center fielder we were looking for. Like, he's a playmaker back there. And it's his rookie year. He's going to make mistakes, but he's already got, 3 picks?
Yeah, he's actually if you do it just based off of picks, I think they rank it depending on however it goes. They got him at 5th, but really he's ranked tied with a bunch of the it's like 3rd place in the league with interceptions. So he's done really well for himself and helping us out. Also, who was it? Neville Hewitt, 43.
Man,
he was everywhere.
So small, and that dude is he's all arms. Like, he's been on our team. He's been on our team for a few years. Special teams, just ragdolling people, and I hate that he did that. But man, he suplexed that man. He just, man, I was like, Hewitt, no, it's 3rd down. Don't do it. But he's just too strong, man. It's too much spinach.
There's Neville right there, looking good, Bubba. But he was out there doing his thing, man. I definitely noticed his play. He was looking good out there.
I mean, without 2 starters, him and Hansen in there, Hansen made a couple good plays. Like, I think without our top 2, linebackers, top 3 linebackers with Harris being out still, like, they did a great job.
Yeah, so Hewitt and Bullock had interceptions. What do you think about all the defense, John?
Yeah, they played good. I mean, they gave some yards in the passing game.
Yeah.
Yeah, a couple big runs to Jacobs. But, I mean, held them to 21 points. So,
yeah.
I mean,
they had them locked up in the first.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think they played decent. I mean, for, like y'all were saying, beating down starters and everything, and everybody stepping up and, playing a decent game, giving up only 21 points. So, yeah. I like what they did. They're trending in the right direction. So,
yeah, they were doing what they can when we were down. I mean, we had 17 injuries going into this game.
Yeah, rough.
Totoa, who was all out?
Aziz.
I mean, like everybody. It seemed like.
Yeah, Ward, Lassiter. Yep.
Christian Harris.
And they were picking on D'Angelo Ross. That first game, Ross did really well, but this last one, I mean, Stingley gave up a big play too, but they were picking on Ross for sure. But I mean, they got good receivers. They're deep, and Jordan Love's no slouch. So,
yeah.
But we're getting our guys back. They didn't really play Autry too much. I guess they're really getting him back into game shape. He didn't really play as much. Edwards out, and then him coming in, which is big, but maybe this week you'll see it a little more. But
and then I know Anderson Jr. missed at least a few snaps for sure.
Yeah, I did see him on the sideline.
She's on the injury report for this week, but
did they say what it is or?
Yes, it is a chest. But he practiced. Yeah, he was just limited in practice this week, but he's expected to play. But yeah, it was a chest injury.
Good. He's a difference maker. He, even him getting hurt, he still got a sack. Hunter got a sack. So
yeah. Well, unfortunately, it was a disappointing loss. But like you said, John, we hung in there, kept them to a certain amount of points. Only lost by a few, and it really did come down to we were set up to win the game, and then they just made it happen in the last minute to get the field goal.
Yeah.
And but it's nice to have, even with that loss, and I know a lot of people were wanting to see moves with the offensive line, but it is pretty sweet. We're getting Mr. White.
Oh yeah, that's big.
White to the squad. I enjoyed watching him in Tampa. He was a dog over there. So I've heard a lot of people say that was a highway robbery, us getting him. How you feel about that, old Jeremy?
Man, honestly, like, he was a beast at Tampa Bay. Did he get hurt or something? Like, because he ended up signing with the Eagles for a year. Like, he left them. It must have been injury related because he was a solid player, Pro Bowler, and he's still 26. So he lost the job, they said, in Philadelphia to Nakobe Dean. Yeah. So he didn't play at all. Like, he didn't play at all for Philadelphia. So, man, I think D'Amico's going to get the most out of him. So that was a big pickup. And have y'all heard anything about Harris? Is he coming back soon?
I haven't.
Me neither. So hopefully he comes back soon. They said Toa is practicing, right? So
yeah, limited practice.
Yeah, but Aziz in, right? He's probably out again.
So what is the whole injury right now, John? What's it looking like?
All right, so did not practice. We got Ward, Alshire, Woods, and Sims. They're all did not practice. So I don't think any of them were expected to play.
Yeah.
Then you got Anderson Jr., Lassiter, Toa, and Tunsil that were limited practice. But I think the only one questionable about not playing is Toa because he's on a concussion, so he has to pass the protocol. But they said he couldn't.
Okay.
If he passes it, then he'll be playing. So, that's about it. Those were the main dudes.
I wonder if White will get in there and start playing immediately. I wonder how that'll all work out.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
I wonder if he's ran that defense.
Yeah. And we got, we're dealing with the Colts, so we got Anthony Richardson trying to throw. What was he? How many? He was like 9 for 20 against us, and was it even that many completions? I know it wasn't many, but they were like 3 bombs down the field that gave him his yards.
I'd much rather play against him than Joe Flacco was tearing it up.
Oh yeah,
and then he's coming in.
Oh, Flacco, goodness!
Like he's still got left in the tank, but I guess for them perspective, they don't plan on making the playoffs, so they're probably like, let's see what we have, Richardson. Let's get him to develop, and then I think next year you got to make some decisions on that because he hasn't really he got hurt. He hadn't shown you a lot, and he can run, but he's also injury prone. So there's that. And I wanted to say one thing just to backtrack that I wasn't even thinking about. So the Tank Dell thing, we were talking about like what happened with that. Man, it could have been the psyche because he did drop that first quarter touchdown. That would have made the difference in the game. I don't know if that was weighing on him or what. That was big change in the game too. So
he did. He should have.
Yeah,
could have caught that. Hit him right in the hands. Which that was the exact play that he found the end zone for the first time. The week before. So,
and it's not an easy catch, but it's definitely a catchable catch. It's a catchable catch.
Tough. It is tough, but got to snag that. You got to get that.
No excuses.
Yeah, and that could have been the game. That's 4 more points for us. That's the difference in the game. Who knows what would happen after that? But it's 4 more points. We lost by what, 2?
Yeah.
Yep.
So
which I know we kind of backtracking from the Colts right now, but did y'all see any like inconsistencies on our last drive? I don't want to be too critical. I know we were just trying to get the 3 points, I guess.
Yeah.
Obviously we wanted to get the touchdown, but I was seeing the whole. I was like, they've been moving the ball, and they're probably going to get in field goal range. And what do they got? Brandon, what's his face, kicking for them?
Oh yeah.
And I know that dude's got a leg. So, because he was in Denver the past however many years doing his thing, right?
McManus, right?
Yeah. Brandon McManus. And
I wish he would have been more aggressive, obviously, but I don't think that Slowick felt comfortable in the plays, the playbook, the fact that we couldn't get. I think he was trying. Basically, they were trying to avoid a pick or a fumble or something, or dropping back too much and getting pushed out of field goal range. I think
getting sacked.
Yeah. I think D'Amico was just like,
from the Bills game.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think D'Amico and Slowick were pretty much like, let's get this field goal and let's put a stop on them. But Jordan Love, just like Stroud when he has time, you can't give him a couple minutes or whatever, minute and a half, whatever it was. He's going to march down the field, and they got good.
Yeah, but I didn't like that. I didn't like that defense on that last drive either. Seems like they were playing a little soft.
It was like that.
Real.
Yeah, a little soft man zone coverage.
Yeah, they were allowing the stuff underneath. You can't. In my opinion, I'd rather just play normal defense and just if you get beat, you get beat. But this playing off coverage, soft shell, it's like you're giving up 5 yards.
Yeah.
I think
every
the
time.
not having Lassiter probably changed that a lot too, though. No,
Yeah.
no bad talk about D'Angelo Ross, but Lassiter is a difference maker. So
Yeah, we dropped that short of him via Aaron Wilson, but it was good seeing Lassiter back out there doing some drills.
yeah,
So hopefully we'll see them boys rocking, which I expect. Again, jumping back to Colts.
yeah.
Our rushing to look good, and I expect our passing to look good. So this should be a good bounce back game for our offense to kind of get some confidence rolling.
Oh yeah. Mixon's
with us a little bit.
Yeah, Mixon's licking his chops because he ate him up. You know, he was at the Golden Corral buffet. He was at the Chinese buffet. He was at all the buffets.
Golden Corral,
right? Ding ding ding! Fresh bread and cookies. But
DuPont's favorite spot,
right? But yeah, I mean, we should definitely get back on track. I was gonna say a little shout out to Clint if you're listening. Maybe we can have you on next week.
We know you are.
Do a little recap after the hopefully the win. I'm not gonna use the term blowout, but
I think it'll just be a fun game, a little competitive, but I expect our offense to look pretty good. You think of the same thing, John?
Yeah, I mean, we're playing at home, so that's an advantage, obviously. And Mixon had a day, first game, so hopefully expect that again.
Dude, 40 carries. Just give him 40 carries.
And that'll hopefully open up the freaking line to play better, to get some passing offense going, So, I expect, should be good, but it's the NFL, so.
You never know.
We can run some Wildcat, bring Wildcat back, mix him back there, just running every play. Though Damian Pierce there for a little bit, but it should be a good one. I'm just happy.
I almost don't even want to ask predictions because I know we all expect to win, but I'm scared to even do predictions anymore with the numbers. Just keep it as all right. We just expect them to play well today. All right, that's what I want to see. I want to see an offensive line give Stroud a ton of time and a nice, pretty pocket if he has to step up into.
Yep.
Right.
When Nico comes back and we get healthy everywhere, we can bring back predictions. But right now, we're just happy to get a dub.
Yep. So we'll keep that loss in the rearview mirror now. Short-term memory loss, moving on to the next game and everything.
I mean, we're 4-2 still. We're 4-2 still.
Yeah,
We're still leading the division.
Like John said, there's a lot of good to take from the game, even though it was an L. A lot of good to take from it. Yep. But with the Colts and our division and everything, I don't appreciate the Titans trading away D-Hop to the Chiefs, even though I picked him up in fantasy. Not to talk about fantasy, but I did pick him up in fantasy.
You did.
But dadgummit, they just want to help the Chiefs out and give Patrick Mahomes, our old killer from H-Town, who bounced around, went to Arizona. I don't know if D-Hop's done or if it's just the quarterbacks he's had since he left, which I know he had one solid year with Kyler Murray. The next year he didn't do too hot. I think he was injured, though. And then being with Will Levis, and they haven't done anything with him over there.
Every quarterback he had in Houston, he succeeded. So
yeah.
So you think he's just dropping off a little bit? I mean, I guess it comes with age. But how old is D-Hop now?
I've watched the game.
32, I think. 32, 33. Yeah, he's 32, 33. But hey, look, I know Mahomes come into the season. He's going to be Mahomes. But right now, he is not. He's playing like his brother. His brother was out there throwing passes. He's playing like Jackson Mahomes.
You guys got to meet D-Hop. He's got hands bigger than our heads if he wanted to,
Oh, yeah.
He can catch anything, dude.
I still remember that high five in the World Cup. I felt like a baby's hand. I got regular sized hands, and it was literally like I was like, let's just dap. Let's just dap from now on. Let's just dap.
He got those abnormal hands.
He should never drop a ball. Never.
Right.
Yeah, we'll see how they do. I'm hoping it doesn't work out for them. Sorry,
she wasn't going to trade him to us. They weren't going to help us out.
I would have liked to have seen him come back to H-Town.
Oh, it'd been great, but they're not going to help a division rival, especially us.
I'm over here wishing James Harden would come back to Houston just for fun. Did y'all catch the Rockets game?
Yeah, I watched it all.
Which we ended up losing, right?
Yeah, first half was great.
But,
we were up by 18 at one point. Sengun and Green were going off, and then second half, LaMelo Ball which I can't stand. He talks so much
Golly,
trash.
he started
Like, I
going
heard his
off,
interviews too. Like, you grew up in a gated community, bro, and you're just like, man, I don't know. It's just whatever. It is what it is.
It's that big baller brand coming to life again.
Something.
Where's LeVar?
Yeah. He makes LeVar sound like freaking, man, just so distinguished gentleman. But yeah, anyway.
Well, you got players like John Morant acting that way. It's like, bro, you grew up, yeah. Like,
he's just freaking making.
They put on the act, like.
Hey, but I really enjoy our Rocket Squad. I like.
Oh yeah, we're young.
I always say Seguin, but is it Segun?
Sengun.
I know it's a certain
Sengun.
Shin or Sin? Sengun.
Sengun. Yeah.
Do we have any?
We got.
If we have any Turkey subscribers on our thing, please like and comment and let us know how you say it.
Yeah, but we got Jabari. We got Thompson.
Yep, Cam Whitmore. But yeah, Sengun put on an extra like 20 pounds. I think he almost had a double in the first quarter. I think he had 27 and like almost 20 boards. I mean,
he's a baller, man.
But we just fourth quarter. But whatever, 81 more games. So
yeah,
we'll be all right.
But I really like our team. We look good. I love our Rockets, which we'll touch on them more as the season goes on. But kind of getting towards the end of the show here, and I know we've touched the bases, Colts, all this and that, but we got to talk about it.
Don't do it.
Texas versus Georgia. We got to do it. We got to do it.
I have technical difficulties. I don't know.
Texas finally got a real competition, and I'm sorry, but Georgia, goodness gracious, that defense was no joke. That's for sure. Makes me almost want to throw a water bottle right now.
Did you see they put up nets, the Vanderbilt game or whatever they're playing? They put up nets for the student section of UT, so they can't throw water bottles.
I'd like to say on the record that I think it was defensive pass interference, and I also think it was offensive holding. I think it should have been an offsetting fouls and replay the down or whatever that results with. On the interception that was so controversial with the water bottles being thrown. Which, how much did they get fined, John?
University $250, which is a drop in the bucket to them.
That's change. That's
for them. They're like, we're good.
That's in the couch of the clubhouse.
Yeah.
Water bottles could have paid for how many kids' tuitions?
Oh man.
Don't worry about those scholarships to give out. But anyways, but honestly,
and all
even though I'm not a Longhorn fan, we had some Georgia fans coming to work, and I was like, I apologize for what they did out there on that field. That wasn't right.
Yeah.
That was a little ridiculous, but
just goes to show.
Come on, UT.
What did it show, John? What did it show?
What did it show?
What did it show? Just say it. Just say
it. You saw it.
This is your week.
You saw it. I mean, that was a huge embarrassment. I mean, what are y'all thinking? That's crazy. So
I know
it shows they're not ready to play.
Was it the student section?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're gonna find. They said they've already sent out text messages. Basically, they're using all the video and stuff. And if any of the students that threw a bottle or whatever, if
you busted.
They can't attend any more of any athletics for the rest of the year. So.
As long as that real hot UT, that woman that was on there, as long as she gets to come back, we're good.
They're like, it was water bottles filled with vodka. That's why they were getting thrown.
Everclear, cheap Everclear.
And I mean, in all honesty, it's kind of ridiculous. Like, you're putting people in danger with, throwing freaking beer cans and water bottles,
I mean, hockey does it. They throw octopus and stuff. I mean, just saying.
You just want to be classy. That's what it comes down to. Be classy. But I mean, what's crazy?
I honestly don't find it funny. I mean, you got people out there, and you're just freaking throwing water bottles full of water. You know what I mean? Luckily, nobody got injured that we don't know of or whatever. But I mean, it's pretty bad. So, but it's UT. So
the football guys wouldn't get injured. They're covered with helmets and stuff. But
yeah.
There's personnel, video crews, and security guys.
They weren't bricks.
Who worked there?
Okay, have you been hit by a water bottle throwing 40 yards? Yeah,
man. I see some of these guys in concerts getting smoked lately. Goodness gracious! So I mean, I definitely wouldn't want to be smacked in the face by one.
No, but that's why I went to what was it? I think Post Malone. Somebody we were with, they ordered water and they left they don't give you the cap of the water bottle.
Oh yeah, so you can't toss it. Yeah.
So you can't throw it,
yeah.
But I'm really kind of disappointed that Jeremy's not, a little more disappointed.
I mean, yeah,
fans.
They were pissed with classes, but you have drunk college kids. I think Vanderbilt, they're all putting the nets up, but I'm pretty sure a few years ago their team stormed the field, tore down the goalpost, and threw it in the water. So all colleges do some dumb stuff. Right now it's highlighted on UT, but I know you're enjoying it. But I'm thinking about more of the game. It was a loss to a really good team. I'm looking forward to that UT A&M game because A&M's playing really well too. So that's going to be a good one.
Yeah,
so,
A&M does look good.
Yeah, well, I mean it's one loss against a really really good team. So we'll see.
Well, I can't talk too much. I'm an FSU fan, and we're like 1-6 right now. So rebuilding, baby. We'll bring back the Bobby Bowden days eventually.
Right.
And that one Jimbo Fisher year. But yeah, it was crazy just seeing how Kirby Smart and them. I guess the window was almost made by the refereeing for Texas to come back because it was about to get ugly. The referees were extremely inconsistent. Then they were calling targeting, and I just don't know how I feel about the targeting. It's freaking football. Like, just don't. I mean, I don't know how to. I liked the days when you could come off your feet and just drill people like Ernie Sims and Ed Reed and these guys back at the.
Well, basically the refs did everything in their power to try to screw over Georgia. Obviously, that's never happened ever. They reverse a call. That's not a reversible
crazy. Call. And then no delay of game.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
no delay game. No.
They just we gonna find you.
Call.
It should have been a delay game and a flag on the fans. Like any other game that would have happened. I'm pretty sure.
I mean, the Chiefs get that treatment every game. So
they were like, if we throw the flag on the fans, it's going to create pandemonium in here. We can't do it. It was almost like they were too scared to do it.
That's crazy. I don't know why you'd be scared of UT fans, but
they're going to hook you. They're going to hook you.
And they all have daddy's lawyers.
I just love it. They got their butts kicked. All these fans. I'm not saying Jeremy has this attitude, but people at work and everything. And, SEC, they're ready for it. They aren't ready for us. They just play actual team and get the stock kicked out of them. So
they played some good teams this year, though. They played Oklahoma. They played Michigan. I mean, they're a good squad. Like
Michigan.
What do they drop to from number one? What do they go to now?
Probably 5. I didn't see it.
5. Okay, so we still end up being 1 at the end of the year. I'm just saying.
If it was a game to lose, that's the game you can lose. For
Georgia's defense is Georgia's defense. So we'll see from there.
Yeah,
we'll see from there.
And obviously, UT's
hope
offense.
It's a rematch. Hopefully
who's UT played? University of Texas San Antonio, Louisiana Monroe. I mean, come on. They played Michigan.
Don't hate on my Warhawks.
Michigan's dropping out of the top 25 this week for sure. Oklahoma obviously isn't as good as predicted. You know what I mean?
Oregon's number 1 now?
Yeah.
I think so. I mean, we'll see with the rest of the SEC games. We'll see what happens after that. But, I'd say release Arch, man. Release Manning. Release him. He just bring him out. He's a better player than Quinn Ewers. I'm sorry. That's very small. He's a better player.
That's a lack of faith.
He didn't look very much better putting him in the game. But I mean, he was cold.
They threw him there for 5 plays.
Yeah, that's
his time will come.
It's like, what is the coach doing? You're literally going to put him in and then put Ewers back in at halftime. I mean,
his response was he was trying to cool Ewers down. But
if you need to do that, I mean,
one game
against the first.
I guess he was trying to break that bad rhythm that he had because he did come back and started looking.
John, who is the team you put your faith in right now? Is it Colorado, A&M? Who are you playing your flag with? Because we have our team, so I need to know your team for sure. That way I can make sure to watch what they do every time and make sure they are perfect.
We're getting our feelings hurt now.
Yes.
You know who my team is. I'm wearing them right here, baby.
Yes. Yes.
Juve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cougs.
Hey, I love the Cougs, but
I mean, if you ask me who I think I'm going to win the championship, I mean, obviously your answer would be Texas. My answer would probably be, like I told Nick, I'm picking Ohio State to win it. But Oregon could easily win it. I mean,
I'm saying Georgia. I said that at the beginning.
I don't know. Yeah.
they have a great quarterback.
It'll be good. It'll be good. I mean, all joking aside, Jeremy, I took some satisfaction of, primetime game. You had Matthew McConaughey out there.
I knew this was coming. I knew it.
Interstellar.
But yeah. And Jeremy's not a fake, there's just people just run their mouth and think UT is going to go in the SEC the first year and just.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Which is
I'm happy they're doing as good as they've been doing, but I mean, look, I've been UT fan since James Brown was a quarterback and not the singer, And
man, I remember when old Bush would hook.
Yep. I'm just saying, Ricky Williams, Vince Young, we had some great years. So we'll see. It's early in the season. So I hope it comes down to A&M is doing really good. I really hope that they make a big push too. Because even though I'm not an A&M fan, I had a lot of fun times in College Station that I can't talk about on this podcast.
Hey, I'd say Texas teams all the way besides the Cowboys.
Yeah, anything Dallas area.
Nah. Cowboys and Longhorns. Besides the Cowboys and Longhorns.
I mean, the Longhorns aren't Dallas.
Awesome. Man, I don't care. That daggum Vince Young team was something else.
One of the best ever.
There's there's a few that pop out, and even coming from an FSU fan here. The Hurricanes, when McGay he was playing, they had the whole squad.
Andre Johnson.
The USC with the Reggie Bush, but it was definitely the Texas team with Vince Young.
Yep.
That was, goodness gracious.
That was what?
Unbelievable.
One of the greatest teams assembled.
Unbelievable. Truly was. And if you want to debate that on another show, we can debate that, dadgummit. Yeah, go Knowles. 99, Chris Winkie, Peter Warwick, let's go.
Yep.
Go Knowles. Woo!
Hey, Peter Warwick, beast. Charlie Ward, beast.
All right, John. Okay, John, favorite college player. Who was it?
Johnny Manziel.
He was good.
I love Johnny Football. He was the man.
Hey, Texas should have recruited him there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Jeremy, who you got? Are we doing Texas team? Texas?
Yeah, I'd say just
that's my favorite.
Ever. Yeah.
College football player.
Favorite ever? All right. Jeremy, who you got?
You got to go. It's Vince Young, 1A, 1B. Vince Young and Ricky Williams. Like the favorite to watch play and who were just dominant. Yeah, but I mean, I got to go with Vince because he brought the championship.
Mine, Warwick Dunn.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's a done deal. You know what I'm saying, John? It's a done deal. And, of course, hey, look, wrapping it up here, but I love my J Boo. King Krabs, baby. Jameis Winston, eating W's.
He's one of my favorite interviews ever. I hope when he's done, he gets on a podcast. He does something because I want to see him commentating. He's classic.
Was it AJ McCarron's mom who was like, was that even English or whatever she said?
Mm-hmm.
J-Boo, we love you. Is he gonna be starting in Cleveland, I guess?
Yeah.
He hurt too. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, the one thing Deshaun's happy about, he's a full guaranteed, right? And he gets to chill now, doesn't get anybody on him for playing bad. And now he gets all the massages he wants.
That he does. Achilles.
His lawyer wouldn't. His lawyer wouldn't let him have massages before then, so now
ain't nobody doing rehab on that dude.
Yeah,
all right.
A grown men,
probably. Yeah,
grown men or some chick named Helga. It's about 6'5", 280.
Oh yeah, that's the massage. He getting one from massage.
Yeah, he's getting the elbows now.
That's it. Well, hey, we wrapping up the show. Clint, we'll try to get you on next week, brother.
Yes, sir.
All right, 3J Sports. We're out.
Later.